All right, we're live. And yeah, these kind of streams I don't like making at all, but feel obligated that I have to make this stream due to the fact that I did know this person. Now, I know a lot of people in the metal community aren't going to know who Charley Rant King is, probably, because Charley Rant King was mainly a part of the YWC, which is the YouTube wrestling community, and he was very notorious for doing these huge rants on the WWE. I mean, that's how I pretty much discovered him way back in 2014. It would have been around the spring, I believe, of 2014 is when I first came across Charley Rant King. And I think I commented on one of his videos at the time about how WWE in the PG era sucked. Something like that, because, anybody that knows me knows I'm not a fan of PG wrestling at all. And that's how I got in connections with Charley King. It's just really hard to talk right now because it's quite shocking to me still, that what happened. But either or, yeah, I first met Charley around 2014. We became Facebook friends. We would message each other back and forth, talking about old school wrestling. And I found out he was really into metal music. Like, he really liked underground black metal. So we would talk about a lot of underground death and black metal, you know, and that's how we basically connected. Then he had heard about my band Holocaust, and he was really into it, which is quite an honor. So yeah, we became friends. He was a part of a couple of group rooms that I was a part of on Facebook too at the time. And yeah, you know, just really sad that, that his health deteriorated over time from the first time I met him up to the last time I talked to him in Messenger, which was back in October. I could just tell that he wasn't looking too good. He had put on a lot of weight. I mean, he did have a smoking problem and a pretty bad drinking problem. And you could just tell the guy was pretty depressed, when it pertains to life. You know, and that's the thing a lot of people, fail to realize when somebody's depressed, you should look out for that person, not egg that person on and make him feel more depressed. Because you don't know what situation a person could be going through. And I know this from experience. I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with a lot of depression in my life. And some days it's just not easy to get through it. You know, fact, here recently, I kind of relapsed back into my depression, and it's never easy to deal with. And a lot of people just don't understand depression. But yeah, I've always got along with Charley. I think there was a couple incidents here and there where we didn't agree on things when it pertains to wrestling. Because I'd always tell him, man, like, you need to stop watching this PG shit. I mean, that's literally what I told him because I could tell wrestling was just making him absolutely miserable, but he would still keep watching it. In fact, I do remember one time he did make a video saying, "You know what? I should listen to metal then and stop watching this shit." I'm sure the video's out there somewhere on YouTube. I don't know which video it is anymore, but yeah, he did actually say that. But yeah, I mean, we would just message each other every once in a while. I mean, there was times where we would take months off from talking to each other and whatnot, but and I know the guy didn't have the greatest reputation here on YouTube or on the internet. He did do some controversial things. I mean, he did a lot of controversial things, and he was not afraid to voice his opinion and speak his mind about stuff. In fact, some of his rants are some of the most classic rants I can think of here on YouTube. And you can still find a lot of those videos here on YouTube. But once you got to know him, you know, Charley really wasn't that bad of a guy. But you could definitely tell he was going through a lot of stuff. Yeah, I do apologize. It's just very hard to talk, you know, when it pertains to somebody you've known for so long and they pass away just out of nowhere. And Charley had passed away back on December 3rd at the age of only 36. 36 years old. That's young. That's too young, you know. This is why I say all the time, man, I think people need to start. There's just way too much hatred in the world right now, especially with COVID, the corruption in politics, all this stuff going on. And you still have people on the internet, you know, still hating on each other, still making videos on each other, still trying to make life a living hell for others. I mean, I just believe if you don't like somebody, move on from that person. Don't bother with them ever again. That's the way I look at it. Move on instead of creating more problems. You know, I mean, my God, man, we live once, and you don't know how long you're going to be on this planet. I've just seen, and it's been really relevant here in the last couple of years since COVID began, how just hatred in general here in modern day, or I shouldn't even say modern day society, how hatred in general has just increased amongst humans. There's just so much hatred, so much ignorance. People just wanting to harm other people. You know, I'm not a saint either. I'm not perfect. I've done a bunch of stuff that I shouldn't have done in my lifetime. I've made some videos I shouldn't have made here on YouTube. just to me, man, something like COVID-19 should be bringing people together, and it's just brought more hatred out of people. And that's another thing I probably should mention real quick. I really didn't want to make this about me, but it did happen, and thank God I'm getting over it faster than a lot have gotten over this disease. But I got COVID this week. I was in bed for the last 3 days. The first 2 days were terrible, man. I wouldn't wish this stuff on the world, man. I never felt so weak and so defeated in all my life. Especially, I really felt it Tuesday evening. You know, like it was scary, man. I mean, I got the chills real bad. I was throwing up. I had the diarrhea real bad. I was throwing up black shit, which scared the hell out of me. Then, this news about Charley hit on Thursday, and yeah, it was just shocking and hard to still kind of digest, just because I knew the guy for 7 years. I mean, we were only we were Facebook and Instagram friends, but like I said, we would chat with each other from time to time, talk about old school wrestling. I remember too, we used to talk about our hatred towards rap, like the current rap, the mumble rap stuff. We would talk about how much we hated it. And he would do some classic rants too on mumble rap and that XL magazine, whatever it is. Yeah, I have been social distancing. I'm actually feeling much better than I did. I mean, I'm starting to get my appetite back again. So I'm just thankful I didn't get the worst of this. And I'll be going back to work next Saturday. So I'm just thankful I didn't get the worst of this. It could have been a lot worse. And yeah, I wouldn't wish COVID on nobody, man. We just had a COVID scare here in our household back in October. I mean, I've been doing the precautions. I mean, it's been getting quite boring because I've been in my room for the last 4 to 5 days. But I got it. Well, I noticed Sunday actually. I noticed on Sunday at work I wasn't feeling right. I'm starting to feel really tired and exhausted. I still streamed Sunday night naturally. Even in that stream, I wasn't really feeling 100%, but I still did it anyways. Then Monday, I felt better. I thought maybe it's just from too much stress. Then, like, it's Tuesday. It's when I really got sick. It, it was terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. But yeah, I didn't mean to make this just about me too. It's really about Charley because Charley Rant King was a friend of mine who I've known for quite a long time. Like I said, I know he really liked Holocaust, my band. That's the last time he actually mentioned me when I put my album up on Bandcamp. He messaged me back telling me how awesome my album was. And that's the last time I ever heard from him. And I know he liked Mike's band too, King of Swords, Order at KO. I know he enjoyed his band too. I don't know what he passed away from. There was no disclosure given. I mean, and I'm not one of these people that is going to get into like giving my speculation of what happened because that's not me to judge. Because I wasn't there when he passed away or heard about how he passed away. Um, but I did hear it was probably health related. I mean, like I said, I mean he was not in the. As much as I hate to say this, yeah, he was not in the best of health. I'll just say that right now. He did deal with depression, you know. So I'm not really sure exactly what the cause of death was, but it's a shame, man. I mean, didn't even make it to 40. I don't really have much more to say besides rest in peace to Charley. Thanks for the friendship. Thanks for being into Holocaust. You know, yeah, we might have had a little bit of differences when it came to you and WWE and how I would tell you, man, you got to stop watching it because it was making it miserable. I mean, that's the thing too. Charley was a massive wrestling fan, and he hated WWE, but still watched it. And it's just sad, man. But hopefully he's in a better place. My condolences go out to the family. Like I said, thanks for the friendship, Charley. Rest in peace, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side, man. All right, I'm out, guys. Peace.